You're listening to Mix Off Air with Duffy Moon, Amber Kaye, Camper Kyle, and Kelsey Laurenz. And now, the Finer Things Club.
Hey there!
Oh my God.
You all right there?
It smells so bad.
It's
like
pretty
the
bad,
case,
yeah.
like
I think the cardboard absorbed it.
I think the cardboard absorbed it. I think my little what is this thing called?
koozie. There it is. There it is.
I don't want to
Man!
smell that.
No, I'm not smelling, man.
After that reaction. Okay, so what happened is we have a little mini fridge here in the kitchen. And it has, I can't even talk. It has smelled horrible. That inside that fridge has smelled horrible for like 2 years. And I thought we threw everything away. I put like an open container of baking soda.
I saw that.
And it just smells so bad. Well,
It's terrible.
we put
I put the beers in
Kyle
there.
put a 6-pack of the Beer for Finers Things Club in the fridge. Well, he brings the whole case out here, and now the studio stinks. I think like the cardboard from the
Just
case
kept it.
absorbed the smell.
Even the bottles of beer kind of
See, my bottle doesn't smell.
by the way,
I still have that snake in the
is
freezer, but I feel like the fridge smelled bad before I put the snake in there.
No,
So it's just adding to
your
it.
snake couldn't smell like that.
Okay.
That is something that because we've cleaned that out before though.
And
haven't we?
it's a snake's head, correct?
No,
No.
it's a snake.
full-on snake?
It's a full rattlesnake, but without the head.
Oh my gosh!
It's
Yeah.
a baby though. It's
a
real
baby.
little. That's why I brought it in because I'd never seen a tiny
Baby
rattlesnake.
rattlesnake.
Or no, just like one that tiny.
Oh.
And so I brought it in,
might
and
have
then
to
I
take a
stuck
look
it in
at
the
this.
freezer.
Yeah, so we are drinking. So Amber, yesterday was so today is we're recording this on October 17th. Yesterday was my birthday, and Amber bought me some beer, some Amber Ale, Alien Amber Ale, for my birthday because I like Star Wars and sci-fi. She also bought me a Yoda beer koozie, which is neat. It's got his
Forbes.
ears, and so that's what we're drinking right here.
And this is Sierra Blanca Brewing Company, which they brew in Moriarty. They've got a restaurant in Ruidoso so like one brother runs a restaurant and the other brother does the brewery. And the restaurant, if you ever go to Ruidoso, is really good. And they have really good beer there. I had got like a peanut butter porter there that was so good. They've got a really good milk stout. And like he'll sit there and talk to
Interesting.
you about all the brewing. Like he was really super nice. And so I try to support them
I try to
So I'm gonna go
any
ahead-
chance I get.
by drinking.
I drink enough
And
to
I
keep
have
them
class,
in business.
so you're gonna have to describe it really well because I have class
Okay.
after this. Like I'm leaving here in probably like 30 minutes to head to class, and so I am
So-
refraining.
Not be able to.
So while we're drinking this, we're going to talk about something about Kanye West and Kim.
Yeah,
Kanye,
and,
yo.
and Tyler from Bachelorette.
Okay, but before we do that, we're going to taste test because that's part of the Finer Things Club. So we're going to taste test here. We're going to get a good clink. Yeah, with Kelsey and I. All right, I'm going to go ahead and go for it. Oh, that's not a sock. That's a.
Yeah, no, that is a sock.
Is that called a sock? I thought it was called a pop filter. This thing?
No,
on the
we
microphone?
call it a sock.
Oh, they're socks.
It's
Oh, wow.
A part that goes on our microphone is what they're
All right.
talking about.
Clink.
Here we go. Tastes like a beer.
Well, thanks for the descriptive.
I like gurgled it around, so that actually didn't taste too good. But let me one more.
So it's kind of like,
So it's an amber ale.
yeah, definitely amber.
I wouldn't say it's too sweet. It's not sweet. It's not really bitter.
Is it hoppy?
No,
not hoppy.
not hoppy at all. Which I don't like hoppy, so
Yeah,
I like
yeah.
this.
I like it if I've had a couple.
It's hard to describe.
Oh,
Because
by the end of this bottle, I will love it. So
it tastes like an amber ale.
Oh, thanks,
Yeah.
Kyle. Wow.
but
Way to
the design is
describe
really
all of
pretty
it.
too.
It's a bottle. What are you talking about?
The artwork, the alien.
Oh yeah, the alien's very cool.
Yeah, it's really, really cool. But yeah, no, so far, I don't mind it. I'm not that big of a beer drinker, but I do look like a good midday beer if it's free.
Oh, so anytime I've ever seen you around beer, you're a beer drinker. So I don't know what you're talking about.
See, I'm a Dos Equis and Corona guy. That's really all I drink. So
Those Mexican beers.
yeah, Mexican beers. That's all I can drink. Well, I can drink others.
You know what I was going to get you?
What's that?
And where I was, they didn't have it. It was the green chili beer.
Ooh.
But they didn't have it
I've
there.
never had that before. That sounds tasty.
And that's a hit or miss. Like, I really like it. My husband does not like it.
Yeah.
And it kind of goes like that. You either...
Well, you have
it's
kind of
very
I'd
unique.
have heartburn.
You have kind of the same alcohol palate that my mom does, and I usually don't like what my mom likes. So, it could be give and take. But I do appreciate it as a birthday present, though.
Yeah, no,
Thank you.
I like it.
You're welcome.
Gracias.
So what's going on with Kanye?
I do have some thoughts on this, and
I do
maybe
too.
you guys will agree with me, maybe you won't, but I really do.
And this
I will
goes back to
stand
a
with.
previous podcast that we had, and whenever we did the Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin and how they posed in their underwear together.
Yeah.
And I asked the question, how would you feel with your wife posting?
Okay, so I think
pictures?
we'll
Right.
have two different mindsets, and that's okay.
Yeah.
Because
That's okay.
that's
It's okay.
okay
Round
to
one.
disagree. But yeah, no. So explain
Yeah,
the
what-
whole deal.
Okay.
What happened?
So I don't actually watch the Kardashians. I've never
I
seen
don't
a
think
full episode.
anyone does anymore.
Well, I've, like, never.
Oh, okay.
Like, I watched a clip of one time, or like it was on, and I watched it for like 5 minutes in the very beginning, and that was it. And then I didn't want to contribute to their wealth, and so I took a moral
it's an
stand,
empire.
and
It's
I
an empire.
refused to watch it. But there was a clip out because Tyler was on this last season of Bachelorette, and he made it to, I don't know, top 3, I think.
Yeah.
And then he started dating Gigi Hadid. And so he was a construction worker. He moved to New York to model. So he's been all over the internet because he's dating freaking Gigi Hadid, right?
Yeah.
So, and he's, super hot. So he retweeted a clip from the Kardashians that I guess was on Sunday night. And it's, so it's airing now, but they filmed it back when they were
it's
going.
just like a short clip it.
Right, and this was filmed back when they were going to be going to the, what was that?
The Met Gala,
The Met
I believe?
Gala. Yeah, and so that's the one where Kim Kardashian wore the outfit that
Skin
made
tight.
her look like her cover. She had just done a magazine cover where she was coming out of the water in this dress and was dripping wet. So her outfit for the Met Gala.
I'm just going to look this up just so I can see it for reference.
Yeah. And this is
sure.
going to prove Kanye's point. So she got this special corset made that's like by this master corset guy, and it made her waist so tiny. And then she wore this super tight dress, and they put all these, and it was like really low cut and really short, and they put all these little things on it to make it look like water was dripping.
Whoa.
Well, so she's getting ready for the Met Gala on this episode to wear that outfit. And Kanye is saying that you're my wife when you wear something, or when you look too sexy, it affects me.
Yeah.
And so then she says that, and I wish I had it in front of me so I could read it
she says
verbatim.
all because you're going through this transition.
Well, she said, you built me up to be sexy and confident, and now this, and you're going through, like this transition, this journey. I'm not in the same place you are. And then he gets up and walks out of the room. And so then Tyler from Bachelorette was like, you should, want your woman to be all that she can be and as sexy as she can be and all of that.
Okay, so who is going to go first?
I'll go. Well, no,
Not
never
you.
mind. Okay.
Kyle just
supposed to talk about the
Kyle's
dress.
just running the board. All right, so I'll go ahead and go first.
Okay.
So I watched the video. I watched the little clip it, and like you, I don't care about the Kardashians, but they have made their own empire.
Oh, yeah.
Off of their looks, off of their bodies, off of their products, because of their bodies. Like, I mean, that's their career. So and Kanye has always been crazy, but I feel like this is like the first time.
Dare you?
Yeah, this is the first time that he's actually like. I feel like he's been humbled. Like, he wants to be not as famous, but like at the same time does. So the way I took it when he said the way it affects me, I took it as kind of selfishly, because I mean, this empire was created on her looks and on her body. The Kardashians, you're basically telling her, when you look too sexy, like when you do your job, like, then I can't do mine, or something like that. So it was, I took it as like, you're asking me to take away my career So that way you feel comfortable in this journey of yours.
Yeah.
So that's how I took it. Not so much like...
Right. And when I initially heard it, when he said it affects me, I didn't take it as that way. I took it as, because he said, I'm your husband. When you dress too sexy, it affects me. And so I was taking it as like a husband-wife situation. Like it affects me as a husband because I'm getting protective and I'm seeing other men look at you. I wasn't taking it as it affects him professionally. If he means that, no, I don't agree.
He means what you think.
Are you sure?
I'm pretty sure.
Well, see, and the thing is that so I remember when Met Gala happened, I was keeping up with that. And he intentionally, like, he went with her, but he intentionally just wore all black, like very casual clothes, because he said that it was her time to shine. He wanted the spotlight on her, not on himself. So he stood back in the pictures and was very supportive of her. So you would have had no idea that behind the scenes he would even
he was mad about this.
That. And I don't think, and they said he stormed out. He didn't storm out. I think what happened was they were in a room with several people and a camera.
Yeah.
And he knew that this was not the time to have a personal
conversation like that.
Argument about that, because she was getting mad. Mm-hmm. And he wasn't using an angry tone at all. From what I heard, like he's like, I'm your husband. This affects me. He wasn't, and she got real defensive. And so I think him walking away was the right thing to do.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Because it was going to stir things up. And in the beginning, he didn't want to be on camera for the show.
Yeah.
And then he ended up being on camera. And so I thought that was a smart decision for him to walk away.
Yeah.
I don't think he was storming off mad. I think he was removing himself from the discussion.
I truly believe like I think the show is set up like the whole like, and I know the family. I know it's, I mean, they are celebrities. So of course we are going to hold like, oh my gosh, the drama, this and that. But like the whole Tristan and Khloe thing, I think that was for views. I think a lot of the stuff that they do and it blows into like this huge deal is for ratings. But I don't think I think Kanye wants to be normal because he's not going to agree. He's going to try to want the spotlight back once he's normal. I'm just going to say it. Like
I don't think he wants to be normal. He's making a transition into, he's saying he's now a Christian. He put out his new album is up. Well, it was supposed to be out, but it hasn't yet. But it's supposed to be Christian music, and he said he won't do secular music anymore. So I think when she was saying you're going through this journey, that's what she's meaning. Mm-hmm. And so she's thinking, well, I am this sex kitten, and that's how I got famous. And you might be
literally. There's a video.
You might be transitioning into this Christian and not want to be that way, but that's not the journey I'm on.
I'm sorry.
Yeah. And so I think it was going back to the Justin Bieber, Hailey Baldwin thing, and I was like, how are they not upset that their wife is out there in their underwear for millions to see? And that's exactly what I felt Kanye was expressing.
Yeah.
And I would, as the wife, like, I would have appreciated the fact that he doesn't want me to look like that for other men. I find it creepy when the husband's like, when the Tyler's like, oh, you should want your wife to look as sexy as she can. Why do you want your wife to look as sexy as she can for other men to look at?
Well, there's another aspect of it, and this is how I see it, which is that if you're Kanye and you're going to be with, of all people, Kim Kardashian. There's a certain like agreement that kind of comes along with it, which is like, unless you guys have talked about it beforehand and Kim's like, Kanye, I really want to just settle down and be like, not a Kim Kardashian, but it's Kim Kardashian. So, you're kind of signing up for a certain
and that's
setup.
That's the thing, that y'all have never been married. So it's kind of hard. On paper, that looks good.
Right.
In life, as a person, you grow, you learn, you change. And so when one of you's doing that and the other one's not, it's hard. And I think that's what she was telling him. And it's not that she's not growing, because she's like trying to be a lawyer and all of that. And you say, well, initially he signed up. She's been doing this all along. He's been supportive all along. And that's why she was saying, like, you built me up to be sexy. Because like when she did that one photo shoot where she's like, got the drink on her rear, and it's like he was there. He was helping.
Orchestrating,
Right. Well, so he's now like not feeling comfortable with it, and it's one of those things that's like mentally, like, well, that I knew the situation, I knew the type of person, but now as a human, you change, you know, and so that's where it kind of comes into play. Is like, well, you're human. You have a right for your feelings to change.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I guess I just don't, and this could just be me because I do watch a lot of TV. I do hold, and I know it's sad, but I do hold celebrities kind of up there more where I'm like, oh wow, like it's such and such. Like so when I don't really see Kanye as a real person. And I know, and I feel like a lot of what he does, I'm just like, oh, okay, here we go. With a lot of celebrities, how they act and this and that, I'm like, okay, they need something. They need more money. They need this. They need that.
Yeah.
So I took it straight like his career. Like he wants a different thing, and then he's telling her to stop her career, and so I'm just like,
and he very well could have. Cause
it goes a lot.
Very short clip, basically a soundbite kind of thing.
Yeah.
And so it could have. When I saw it, because we just talked about this on that other podcast, I was like, yes, finally a celebrity husband who's like, I don't want my wife out there flaunting it for everybody.
And he told Kim Kardashian.
Which, I mean, it contradicts everything their relationship has been about up until now. But, that we know of. Because the other thing is at the Met Gala, he wasn't acting like that. So who knows if all these other times he could have been saying that all along, but then he just supports her.
There you go.
You know, we don't know.
I think, there's a whole bunch of context that we obviously don't know.
Yeah.
But I mean, that makes perfect sense. What you're saying makes perfect sense.
Yeah. Also, I think we can all agree that Tyler guy is just get out of here. I mean, stop.
No,
like,
whenever he's
like, you should always. I'm like, I'm sorry. You were on a show battling it out for one. Like, I mean, come on, man. There's no death to you.
There's no credit to anything you said.
Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of interesting. You know, until I started working here, I was pretty much out of the pop culture thing. But it actually does bring up kind of interesting conversations about how we should be. I suppose. Another news though, by the way, this beer is tasting better.
I really like it. I really like it.
I'm enjoying it.
Good choice, Amber. Sorry you can't have one.
That's all right. There's still 4 more, so they're not going anywhere. They're just gonna be stuck in that refrigerator that stinks.
That smell.
Yes. Oh god.
Go put it down in a different one.
It was hard to talk because I would take a breath and I was like, "Ooh."
I didn't know if you were disgusted at Kanye or the beer.
No.
Both, probably. I don't know.
No.
But we'll see.
I'm actually for once on ever on Kanye's side.
Well, see, and you guys know me.
Which scares me.
I'm a pretty like traditional conservative, not politically. I mean, just temperamentally conservative kind of guy. And so what Kanye is saying, on a ideal level, I agree with. But
which is scary. I'm like, wait a minute.
Wait
am I saying he's being logical?
Yeah, what am I saying?
For real though.
All right, well, it's time for the Finer Things Club to wrap up. And thank you for listening. I gotta get to class. Yeah, she's got to go to class, and I got to go drink the rest of this beer. Thanks for listening. Catch us on the Mixed Morning Show every weekday, 6 to 10, and we'll see you next time.